Peace, family. I've got power and hope for you today. I hope you're ready to be encouraged. So today, in praying for what the Lord might have me speak about regarding giving Him glory and a hopeful, encouraging word to you guys, a worship song kind of was impressed on my spirit called "Sovereign Over Us" by the Worship Initiative with Shane and Shane. There is strength within the sorrow, and I'm not going to sing it. There is strength within the sorrow. There is beauty in our tears, and you meet us in our mourning with a love that casts out fear. So you meet us in our mourning. This portion of the song jumped out at me. I thought of Moses. I thought of Elijah. I also thought of from the book of Job himself. You know, these are three quick examples where these brothers had mourning. You know, Moses was like, "Oh Lord, you know, don't call me," and he was having so many times the people of Israel were grumbling, and he had to lead them on. Elijah, same thing for him. He felt like he was the only man out there who cared for things of the Lord. And Job, he mourned so much he lost everything he had. But the Lord met each one of these brothers exactly where they were. The Lord spoke to them. The Lord encouraged them. The Lord gave them direction. You are working in our waiting. You're sanctifying us. When beyond our understanding, you're teaching us to trust. So when it comes to you are working in our waiting, this made me think of King David. It also made me think of King Saul. And it even made me think of, at the beginning of Scripture in Genesis, of Eve. So there was times David was on the run from King Saul attacking him. There was times David had to wait, and the Lord was doing something in that interim, in that time of waiting and uncertainty. Same with Saul when he was told for 7 days to wait for Samuel to come back with a word from the Lord for him. Just imagine, he was waiting on those times. The enemy was there. Saul had to make a decision. He had the people behind him. And I can understand that, you know, being a leader and the crowd is watching, the pressure's on. The Lord was doing something. He was building him up in his faith and his trust. Saul's an example of what we don't want to do. In the 11th hour, right before Samuel returned, Saul took matters into his own hand. And then Eve, mentioning with Eve, and in conjunction with you're working in our waiting. You know, so she was tempted by the serpent at the tree with the fruit, and you know, the Lord is even there too. And in that waiting, she should have waited for Adam to come back, who was the head, who was the protector. The Lord is always working. We want to be patient. This is speaking. We need to be patient to. It's purposeful in the waiting, even though we might get antsy and think like, well, I'm wasting my time, or I need to get an answer. The Lord is working in that waiting. Your plans are still to prosper. You have not forgotten us. You're with us in the fire and the flood. You're faithful forever, perfect in love. You are sovereign over us. What does it mean to be sovereign? You know, when I looked up sovereign, it means to have supreme or ultimate rule or power. And when you think like that's the Lord, He has power over everything. Every king, president who gets in power, everything that happens, the pleasant and the painful, the Lord is sovereign over us. That's an encouraging thought. You know, we're not gods unto ourselves. No man on earth is a god unto us. If it was, what a sad state of affairs that would be. But the one true God who can do and will do everything good for us, He is sovereign over us. You are wisdom unimagined. Who could understand your ways? Reigning high above the heavens, reaching down in endless grace. You are the lifter of the lowly, compassionate and kind. You surround and you uphold me, and your promises are my delight. There's so much scripture in the lyrics of this song. I just wanted to touch on You're the lifter of the lowly, compassionate, and kind. You know, I'm a lowly man for Christ because I came to the Lord lowly and broken at the end of my line. Some of you might be able to relate to this today. You might feel like you're running on empty, like you're about to be out of gas. You might be a prime candidate for a miracle. You might be, Lord, I have no idea what's next. I'm hurting. I'm already broken. I'm in pain. I'm dying. He's the lifter of the lowly, you know. There's times and seasons in this life, and the more we're reading scripture and obeying and being obedient, he's going to lift us up even quicker. Learn those lessons quick, guys. Refrain from sin, forsake it, turn away from it. Read your scripture and be lifted up as you humble yourself. Look at yourself as lowly in estate, you know. And then it says that part again that I already read. All right, and then even what the enemy means for evil, you turn it for our good. It repeats that. Even in the valley, you are faithful. You're working for our good, and for your glory. Made me think of what the enemy meant for evil. This is similar to what Joseph said to his brothers. He didn't call them the enemy, but he said, "You meant the things you did to me for evil, but the Lord has used it for good." So, guys, whatever you have going on today, the Lord is using for good. As far as if you're a believer, if you're submitting to Him, if you're a child of God, if you've been converted and born again, everything that's happened, even that painful stuff, He's using it for good, guaranteed. And then you're faithful forever, perfect in love. You are sovereign over us. Faithful forever, unbelievable. We think of friends, we think of spouses, and the faithfulness, fidelity, and no man or woman does it perfectly, but the Lord does it perfectly, and He promises it forever to us. So that was on my spirit. Feel free. I'll put a link to this song in the description of this video. Sovereign Over Us. Beautiful song, very encouraging. I just felt like it was like vibrating in my soul and my spirit, and to speak on these lyrics. And so again, the Lord is He's compassionate and kind. He's with us in our mourning. He's with us in our waiting, and He's in control of everything, guys. He's sitting on the throne, and that's His promise to us. So be encouraged, be blessed by that. So King Jesus bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow for another blessing. Make videos each and every day. And King Jesus comes soon. So thank you for watching. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.